What is up, guys? Welcome back to another prediction video, and we're actually gonna predict day number 3 today. And based on the games yesterday, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna judge these games based on what happened yesterday and day number 1. So for game number 1, we have Onyx versus Evo's Holy. So I think this is gonna be Evo's Holy. I think Onyx Indo is struggling right now, especially with their new gold laner. I think their new gold laner needs a lot of work. It seems like he doesn't have enough confidence in stage yet, or he just needs more experience from what it looks like. But the rest of the team is looking pretty decent. It's just that I guess they don't have as much chemistry right now, with Lutpi being back again, and then with Savaro being a new gold laner in the international stage, and he hasn't. I don't even know if he's played in the MPL stage. So, and Evo's Holy is actually looking pretty good right now as well. So for the second match, we have Onyx PH versus TLID. Now for this one, it's like a 50-50 coin flip. Why? Because both teams are actually secured for the playoffs. So if you guys are betting on this game, I would suggest not to, since they might be saving strats for like the playoffs, because they're both playoff secured. So it's pretty much like a non-bearing game in my opinion. So it's like a 50-50. But if you're gonna be logical and if you really want to take a risk and bet on it, this is gonna be a long shot. Right, and this is what I think. I think that if Onyx PH takes it seriously, then Onyx PH will win. But if we were basing it off what happened to SRG, because yesterday it was SRG versus Onyx PH, and then there was one where SRG versus Team Liquid Indonesia. It seemed like Team Liquid Indonesia had a more convincing win rather than Onyx PH. Onyx PH had a comeback game number 2, and it was a 2-0 against SRG. So if you really want a long shot bet on it, then bet on TLID, in my opinion, if you really want a long shot bet on it, if we're basing it off their previous performance in the current tournament. So you can bet that on TLID on the second match, but it's a non-bearing game for the second match, so I don't suggest you want to base it off that. Anyways, for the third game, I think this is gonna be RRQ Hoshi. Alright, Onyx, like I said, Onyx Indo is looking kind of shaky right now with their new gold laner, so I think Hoshi should get this one on the third series. Okay, so let's go to the next stream. Okay, so this is stream B, and it looks like they're showing Falcons versus Aurora. Falcons is looking like they're right back on track, so I think this is gonna be Falcons. I mean, they are playoff secured, but I don't think that they're gonna give way to Aurora, to give Aurora a shot for playoffs, in my opinion. But based on Aurora's games, I still think, like, even if Aurora, hopefully Falcons gives it 100%, even though they're playoff secured. But even then, like, Falcons should still win, right? Falcons should still win, in my opinion. I think Aurora is a little bit, like, kind of disorganized right now. If you guys saw my previous video with how they lost to RQ Hoshi, maybe you'll see why. But recently, in day number 2, they actually won against Onyx Indo, and it wasn't even that convincing. There was a lot of mistakes that shouldn't have happened, so I still think Falcons should win the series, okay? For this one, for the second series, we have See You Soon versus Flash SG. So for this one, it's going to be Flash SG, in my opinion. See You Soon just looks kind of messy right now. And Flash SG is actually, like, giving other teams a run for their money. Like, their games have been closer than See You Soon has, so I think Flash SG should take this one on the second series. And for the last series on this stream, it's gonna be Evo's Holy versus Aurora. So for me, I think this is Evo's Holy. I'm sorry, I mean, I'm Filipino, and Aurora just does not look right now. There's something wrong with how they play right now. But and Evo's Holy, like, they almost beat Falcons. They beat RQ Hoshi, so it's telling me that they're a stronger team than Aurora right now. Aurora struggled against Onyx Indo yesterday, and it was barely even a win. So I think Evo's Holy should take this one, to be honest. It's like might even be a 2-0, to be honest with you. So for the next one, we have Falcons and RRQ Hoshi. So this one's a good one, actually. Falcon has been the dark horse for the tournament, in my opinion, and they've been playing really well. It's pretty close to 50-50, but I still have faith and full trust in the RRQ Hoshi lineup, I think. Hopefully Toy could step up a little bit. And he has, like, a really big hole to fill since Skylar's not there, and whenever they lose, the audience and the viewers are gonna blame him, because that's the only thing that changed. The coaching staff didn't change. The only player that changed is the gold lane. So RQ Hoshi, if they ever underperform, the blame is gonna go on him. So there's a lot of pressure on Toy. but hopefully he could pull it off and execute it on the stage. So I still think RQ Hoshi should take this one, but it's gonna be a close game. It might be a 2-1. Right? It might be a 2-1, to be honest, on this one. Now for the next one, it's SRG versus BTR. This one's kind of 50-50 too. This is probably the most, or the closest game next to this one, next to Falcons versus RQ. SRG versus BTR is probably like the most 50-50 game in this day, for this day, in my opinion. I believe they're still fighting for upper bracket, or they're still fighting for playoffs, so they still need to give it their all. It's not a non-bearing game, but in my opinion, I think SRG still got this. I think SRG gave Onyx quite a harder time than BTR did, and SRG almost beat Onyx yesterday. It was just a comeback from Kelra, so yeah, I think SRG, but it's like a 2-1. It's gonna be a close match. I have a feeling it's gonna be SRG though. 2-1. For the last one, so it's Falcon versus Falcons. So for this one, I still think it's Falcon PH if they take it seriously, but then again, it is a non-bearing game because they're in the playoffs. So I'm not sure if they're gonna take the rest of the game seriously. So that's the hard part about the group stages. Once you're secured for the playoffs, I don't know if you're gonna take it seriously, but hopefully they do, since they're fighting for the upper bracket. So knowing Falcons, I think they're gonna give it their all, like the rest of the way, no matter who they're against. So I think Falcons PH is gonna get this. All right, Falcons PH is gonna get this. Versus Falcon. It might be a closer game than you think. It might even be 2-1, to be honest with you, because Falcon Myanmar is actually quite a dark horse, and they're pretty good, to be honest with you. Next, we already talked about Falcons Aurora, we already talked about Onyx PH versus TLID, and we already talked about EVO's Holy and Aurora. And I think that's it. That's all for the predictions for today's video. So if you guys want to predict with me, and comment down below which team you guys think is gonna win today for day number 3. And it would be better if you put a reason why, so we could have a discussion in the comment section below. It's always good to have engagements and stuff. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like to the channel and the video. So thank you guys. See ya.